What up, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. Well, we made it through another night. Not a lot of craziness last night. I can tell you I'm just happy to be here this morning. Feeling good. Uh, Grateful for another day. So hopefully everybody had a good day yesterday. But guess what? Yesterday's gone. It ain't coming back. So whatever happened yesterday, forget about it. It's done and over with. We got to focus on right here, right now. And whatever's going on in your life, just know that this too shall pass. I'm quite sure a lot of you out there are having some challenging times, and that's okay. Challenges are good for us. You know what I'm saying? Challenges builds character, makes us stronger. You know what I mean? So, let me see if this is actually working today. Um, so that's good. But challenges are a good thing for us. We uh, we like to think that when we're going through something that we got it worse than anybody else, and everything's crashing down, and life is not fair, and you know what I mean. But it's never that. Um, we overcomplicate things so much, and it doesn't have to be so complicated. Just live life. I want to later Sunday on my Sunday show, I'm going to be putting a message out to the major world leaders, the ones who actually influence things and make things happen. Now, I know they're not going to see it. They're not going to hear my message, but I'm going to put it out there anyway, because if you want change, you got to put it out there into the universe and then let the universe work. I believe that. I believe in living a karmic life. I believe that whatever you put out there eventually does come back. Um, even if you don't live to see it, it comes back in my belief system that uh, it will affect someone else, in their progress. So um, that's why I try every day not to put out any bad karma, or anything that I think is going to be hurtful for anybody. But who am I? I'm just a regular dude. I'm just Ken Jackson, down here in South Florida. I don't have any influence over anything or anybody except my immediate circle. However, like I said, I'm going to put this message out Sunday night to all the world leaders, and basically asking them what the fuck is wrong with y'all. And not just the world leaders, but to anybody out there who wants to listen. What the fuck is wrong? Why does everything have to be a conflict? Even when I was a kid, I could never understand conflict. It seems like there was always somebody who wanted to run things, that wanted to be in charge of something, and felt like they deserved more than everybody else. And I could never figure that shit out. Me personally, I never needed much. You know, um, I've had an extraordinary career. Being in the music production business. For many many years. I was in the trucking and logistics industry for a few years. Um, I've done a lot of things, and never complicated any of it. I just woke up every day, did what I enjoyed doing, and kept it pushing. Uh, People all around me always had these issues and drama going on, and I just didn't understand it. Why was there so much drama going on? Sibling rivalries, uh, competition among uh, friends, strangers. It was always somebody wanting to be bigger, badder, more flamboyant, richer, cooler. And that's something that never, ever sparked my interest. I never gave a damn about whether or not, the songs I produced were better than anybody else's. I was just happy to be able to produce them. And if people liked them, people liked them. If people didn't like them, then they didn't like him. You can't please everybody. Um, and you shouldn't live your life trying to please anybody other than yourself. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying to be selfish, but be selfish. Take care of you first. Um, because if you don't take care of you, if you can't take care of you, you, these gnats, you damn sure can't take care of anybody else. That's a fact. Even now, I have friends, people that I truly care about that rack their brains every day stressed out over bullshit that you don't need to be stressed out about. This rat race called life is all a scam. It really is. And I know some of you say, well, Ken, man, we got to live. We need money. We need this. We need that. Of course. But listen, like in terms of money, money is a tool. Money is a tool that you should use uh, to fix and repair things in your life. And all of us don't have a lot of it. All of us don't have the big toolbox. But you got to work with what you got, and you got to set your expectations, more realistically. And that goes for anything in your life. Um, it's amazing to me how people uh, expect so much, but they're willing to give so little. They're willing to do so little. Nobody wants to put in the effort to achieve uh, the goals that they set for themselves. A lot of people set goals for themselves that they never intend on meeting. Um, they just talk the game. You know what I mean? Um, and we've all done that at some point uh, in our lives. Um, Me personally, I set some lofty goals for Crazy Baby TV many years ago. But I never intended on meeting those goals. I didn't, not then, And now my goals aren't so high. Now I just like to broadcast because I truly enjoy it. You know what I mean? That's why it's called the Ken Jackson experience, because it's my experience. Um, and I like to share my experiences. Um, and I'm so fascinated by the little things in life. Uh, but I'm disturbed by all the turmoil and all the conflict and all the pain and suffering that's going on uh, in the world. I was sitting around, uh, you know, well, every day I'm sitting around because I'm retired now. But I was sitting around just yesterday and I was really in deep thought about the Russian Ukraine war. And I was thinking, what what's going through Vladimir Putin's mind that would allow him to order his military forces to kill people on a daily basis. They're not achieving any objectives whatsoever. I read the propaganda. He wants to denazify Ukraine, and make it a safe haven for Russian-speaking people in Ukraine. Who the hell gave Putin that mandate? Who the hell said, Putin, you're the man. It's your duty to send your military into Ukraine, and make it safe for Russia. First of all, it was already safe for Russian speaking people. Um, and as far as I could tell, there were no Nazis trying to take over Ukraine, and even if they were, that's Ukraine's business. What business was it of Russia's to go in there and try to fix Ukraine's problems? You know what I mean? Um, and you look at all the other things that are going on, like the Israeli-Palestinian situation. Um, why? Why? As soon as you say something negative, or something that goes against what the Israeli government, is trying to preach, they try to label you an anti-Semite. Oh, you're anti-Semitic. No, no, no. We're anti genocide. We're anti, violence. And the Israeli government, is committing genocide very violently. But I don't know. That's just something to think about. I just wanted to come on real quick and rant about that this morning. But catch me Sunday night, 9 p.m. On YouTube. The Crazy Baby TV World is the channel. The Ken Jackson Experience is the show. Until then, I will catch y'all later. Peace.